Hello, my name is Isaac Allen and I am Program Coordinator for Debate Kansas City, and welcome to this year's demonstration debate. Today we will be debating the novice affirmative, which is our mission to Mars. I will be playing both roles on the affirmative side of the debate, both the first affirmative constructive and the second affirmative constructive, and on the negative will be Gabe Cook. We'll begin with the 1ac. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy delivered the following words to inspire our nation to support the first human mission to the moon. "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills, and because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one in which we intend to win, and the others too. Today we speak with you with these remarks in mind. Only now we set our sights far beyond the moon to the red planet, nearest to our own. We choose to go to Mars. We begin our support with space exploration with contention 1, the problem and the cause. The United States human space flight is dying because NASA lacks a clear mission. Without a goal for exploring space, the program will waste time, money, before finally becoming irrelevant. By Lauren B. Thompson, PhD, the Lexington Institute, 42511. The greatest adventure in human history is ending in its infancy. NASA's human spaceflight program, a signature achievement of the American civilization, is dying. At NASA, the Space Shuttle program is about to shut down, and the Constellation program conceived to replace it with manned mission to the moon and Mars have been canceled by the Obama administration. What remains of the human spaceflight program looks unlikely to survive the era of budget cutting and cultural pessimism. NASA must define a goal for the program that justifies the vast expenditures required to inspire the nation in the same way President Kennedy did in 1961. To put it bluntly, the public does not care about spending hundreds of billions of dollars to go someplace we already went a generation ago. It needs a new destination and a new rationale to conceive it, that NASA's human spaceflight program to still make sense. Next, the United States cannot afford to let its space program die. We must have a clear goal and mission to succeed. With this in mind, we offer the following plan. Resolved, the United States federal government should substantially increase the exploration and or development of space beyond the Earth's mesosphere by establishing a national goal of sending human scientific missions to the celestial body known as Mars. The missions are to begin as soon as it is deemed safe and feasible by NASA. We reserve the right to clarify intent. Contention 2, the solution. The United States can resurrect the American space program by setting the goal and providing the resources to reach Mars within our lifetime. From Robert Zurban, contributing aerospace engineer, spring 2010. The American people want and deserve a human spaceflight program that is really going somewhere, and not just anywhere, but to a destination really worth going to. That destination is Mars. Mars is the Rosetta Stone that will tell us whether development of life for chemistry and general phenomena in the universe. Mars is the closest world that truly has the resources needed for human settlement. For our generation and those that will follow, Mars is the new world. We should not shun its challenge. What is essential is that that there be a destination which defines the mission, which defines the hardware set, which defines the technologies should be developed, and what hardware elements can be produced. If matters are approached this way, there may be methods of procurement of flight systems that can be used, including conventional and entrepreneurial approaches, that they need to be employed coherently to achieve a defined objective. If this is not done, then 10 years from now, after spending more than $100 billion on human spaceflight, we will be no closer to sending astronauts to the moon or Mars than we are today. President Obama should reject the timid proposals of his administration floated in February, which would mark the end of American human spaceflight program, and should instead take the side of audacity of hope by committing NASA to reach Mars in our lifetime. Contention 3, the advantage, human survival. Subpoint A, there are multiple threats to the planet Earth and the survival of humans. Popular Science 11. Earth won't always be fit for occupation. Asteroids will eventually crash into us at a rate of one about every 300,000 years. Indeed, in 1989, a far smaller asteroid impact, which would still have been equivalent to the force of 1,000 nuclear bombs, crossed our orbit. The amount we consume each year already far outstrips our planet, what our planet can sustain, and the World Wildlife Fund estimates by the year 2030 consuming 2 planets worth of natural resources annually. The onslaught of droughts, earthquakes, epic rains, floods over the past decade have tripled in number since the 1980s, nearly 54 times that of 1901. Some scientists have scenarios that have climate change leading to severe water shortages, the submersion of coastal areas, and widespread famine. Additionally, the world could end by way of deadly pathogen or nuclear war. Fortunately, we can save ourselves by investing in space as seen at subpoint B. Going to Mars would develop the technology needed for human survival. From Muse, January 1st, 2011. As Chris McCahey, NASA's, told me, and it is... If our only interest in Mars is planetary science, the search for past life, then perhaps humans would not need to go. But our real question is how Mars will fold into the scope and the extent of future human activities. Going to Mars is not only desirable, but essential for the survival of our species. I believe that the long-term future of the human race must be in space. The celebrated cosmologist Stephen Hawking of Cambridge University, it will be difficult enough to avoid disaster on planet Earth in the next 100 years, let alone the next 1,000 or million. The human race shouldn't have all its eggs in one basket or on one planet. I urge you to vote affirmative, and I stand open for cross-examination.
Timer set? Yeah. All right, let's begin with NASA's failed leadership in the current system. Your argument is that if things continue, the space program is basically going to die?
That is correct.
And do you have any idea when the space program will just completely go away?
I think our evidence gives a time frame of about 20 years.
Really? Where in the evidence does it say that NASA is going to go away?
Well, it said in the next decade to 20 years we will lose all taste for space development or space flight if we don't give them a mission, because they'll just be a listless organization like they are now with no mission or rationale for their existence.
But aren't they already doing research on Mars? Isn't there already funding allocated to go to Mars? Aren't we already? I mean, isn't this part of what we're doing? Hasn't the president even said that we're going to Mars?
Right. They have said that we someday maybe will go to Mars in the future. There is no set specific goal that is driving us this way. We have sort of nebulous ideas of maybe we'll go to the Mars, maybe we'll go to the moon, maybe we'll go to an asteroid. There isn't anything concrete that the people can sink their teeth into.
And so we don't have the money to go to Mars in the status quo? Don't we already have money allocated?
No, I think we do have money to go to Mars. It's not a question so much of the money as it is the mission.
I see, but President Obama said he wants us to go to Mars. Isn't that indicative of a mission?
No, because there's different than just saying having like a general want or desire and giving the order to say go to Mars.
All right.
There is a fundamental
How much
distinction
money
there.
will it cost to go to Mars? Does your evidence give any approximation?
I don't have that. I haven't.
You have no idea how much money
argument.
it'll cost to go to Mars?
I mean, we have evidence that would indicate we could probably do it within NASA's budget constraints now.
Really?
Yes.
We could go to Mars within NASA's current budget?
Right, if we
But
just
for
directed
some
the
reason, the people at NASA, just no one's told them to go to Mars, and so all we need is for you to stand up and
Yes,
just
leadership
say,
is an
NASA,
important
go to
quality,
Mars.
yes.
So it doesn't
leadership
matter.
is absolutely important.
So
Yeah.
the money is already there.
It's not necessarily directed
I'm sorry, I have a
towards-
question to ask. So your argument is this. The money is there. President Obama has said we should go to Mars, but he's just not that serious about it. And the people at NASA know we should go to Mars, but they're not serious about it either.
That is
And
not a
all
fair
we
characterization of
All
my
we really
argumentation.
need is for someone like you to just tell us to go to Mars.
That is not a fair characterization of our argument, but that will happen through the debate.